Okay, so I wanted to make a little video of the TCR, the GTI TCR. We've had the car for a little while now, about a year and 6 months. I occasionally do some work on it. We're doing some prepping for an upcoming race that's coming this weekend, upcoming weekend. We haven't really overhauled the car yet. We haven't had it that long. We're probably going to push it further than a race team would, since it's just the two of us, which is me and my dad, race this car. The car lives at his place. He's got some cool stuff, and it's a cleaner garage, and I do a lot of heavy lifting, so to speak. So we kind of keep it over here, and he's got a nice lift, and it's fancy, and it's fancier than my garage, so it lives here. So I wanted to do a little walk around of the car, a little bit of history for us on the car. Picked it up about a year and a half ago, sold my 2002 Ford RA, VDCA. Those are more, SVRA's got some high dollar stuff, but VDCA is more the grassroots level, which I love. I love grassroots racing. I try to do all my own work. Some things, you have to just sub out, but I try to do as much as I can, all the prepping, maintaining the car. That's what I enjoy. I don't really want to have some guy there doing it for me. I probably wouldn't be any good, telling somebody how to work on my car or to give them that information. I just like to do it myself. Been a hands-on guy my whole life, grew up working. So it's just part of my nature. But anyways, I wanted to do a walk around of it. It's a pretty special car. There's not too many of them stateside. It is a factory Volkswagen race car. It was built to run in the TCR series. They have them in the over in Europe, Australia, Japan. They're all over the place. This car ran with FCP Euro. This was their championship winning car in the 2018 season, I believe. They ran it for about 3 years, and COVID happened, and they just kind of wanted to upgrade. And these cars, beyond in 2018, 2019, or 2019, 2020, they were starting to become obsolete in the States. And I think that over in Europe they're still running, but in America everything's the Hondas are faster. Audi's got a second generation, A4 now, the RM LS, I believe that is pretty much the same package. But these cars, I believe, still share a lot of the same parts. So unfortunately, when we need parts, it is quite expensive. So we're trying to make do. We're not, we've bought all the stuff. It's got all the right stuff. We haven't modified it at all. I don't want to. One day if we do plan on selling it, I want it to be a stock TCR. I don't want to go messing with, changing the turbo, building the motor. I want it to be the same as it came from the factory. Because they're great. It's a great package. I don't know why you would go mess with it. I haven't even gotten to the potential of this car yet. Certain tracks have gotten pretty fast on, but there's still a lot more left. We just it's hard to get to the tracks as much as I want to, but tires are expensive for this thing, and so forth. But anyways, wanted to do a little quick walk around. It does have the E8888 series motor. These are real reliable. I believe they're on a new generation now, but supposedly these are real robust. This one has the upgraded, turbo. It comes in a Golf R. Makes about 350 horsepower. There's some oiling done in the engine. I believe a windage tray, a baffle, and the oil pan. I haven't had the, I haven't been into the motor, so it's kind of hard to get some of that information out of because there's so few of these. And race teams own them, and it's hard. There's no forum for them, and it's hard to get information like what is done to the motor exactly. You ask the guys that sell the parts, and be honest with you, they don't really know either. I mean, the engines are coming tagged from Volkswagen Motorsport, or Audi, and it's just, you just don't really know what they did to get that information. But, from what I understand, it's a stock block, the same production, pistons, crank, cam, and all that stuff, just the upgraded turbo. It's only making 350 horsepower, so it's conservative, I believe, for reliability, and it makes plenty of power. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. You got your intercoolers repositioned here. You have a nice duct system underneath this huge carbon fiber front bumper. A really nice, air dam that's really nicely secured with some, steel brackets that attach to a crash bar that's aluminum. And I am familiar with those parts because, unfortunately, in Road Atlanta, I stuck it into some tires and it pretty much wiped the whole left side of the car. So I did get into all that stuff and got to learn how those pieces fit together, unfortunately. But luckily there was no massive damage to the shell. There was some bent stuff back here under, behind the passenger door, rear passenger, driver's side passenger door, on the rocker, some denting, but that was taken care of. But luckily the front part of the shell was all intact. Nothing was bent. Crash bar took a lot of the impact. It was pretty phenomenal, on how strong, the car is. And luckily I didn't put it into a concrete wall, but it was, you run into anything, it's going to leave some damage. But it was turn 7 at Road Atlanta. Pretty infamous of people going off and trying to overcorrect and going and sliding into the tires. And I'm a victim of it. We were running some Hankooks that I just do not like. I will never run those tires again. We went back to the Pirellis, and it has just been a lot better, more predictable right out of the box. The Hankooks just take forever to warm up. And the Pirellis, you can go out there and push it 90% and it'll stick. The Hankooks, you got to stay for about 3 laps, I felt like, trying to warm those things up. And that is, with this front wheel drive car, the rear tires just take so long to warm up. You're really working that handbrake. But anyways, so back to the front, you got these big old AP brakes, your huge floating rotors, nice coilover. You got tubular control arms, different sway bars, of course. You got, your air ducts coming from your bumper going to cool the brakes. It's got a nice ducting system, a nice aluminum air direction piece that's on the hubs. Carbon fiber liners. It's just, it's the real deal. Factory race car. It's actually real simple. Also, stock rear rotors, has an AP rear rotor, our rear caliper, carbon fiber fenders, carbon fiber, body panel that, that actually just adheres to the passenger door, and that adds some aero. A good bit of aero on this car. It can't out accelerate the older 911s with the the RSs, but it will it'll outdo them in the corners all day long, like pretty easily. Which is kind of weird that we run with those, but it does happen. At Daytona they smoke us around the banks, but as soon as you get on the infield, you're really pulling on them. This car, we went to Barber quite recently, and it did pretty good. It was a pretty fast car. You're getting close with GT3s, Porsche GT3 times, Cup cars. Not quite. I think somebody that's a professional driver could probably get there in it. But then if you put a professional driver in a GT3, he's probably going to pull away from it. So sort of the same gap. But anyways, so you got adjustable upper and lower control arms on the rear. I'm actually currently messing with those. I got a stuck nut I had to pull off, and just trying to get some. I believe we haven't touched, adjusting the toe in the camber, and I'm trying to mess with the toe, and the this jam nut for the control arm has just been stuck, but I'm working on getting that. I would open up the car, but the string line is in the way. So yeah, a motorsport dash, it's all blanked off, kind of just make things pretty. You got your AIM dash with all your information on there, which is really nice. The car is running ABS. You got your stock shifter. That's like one of the few things. Your tilt and brake setup. You can. You got your puppet valve for on the quick fly, adjusting the brake bias control. Then you got your, your master control, adjusting where you really want it. Fire system, it's just all there. The factory really puts these cars together nice, and you don't have to do much. I mean, we haven't done really much to it. There's a few things. We had to put a new battery in it. The fuel cell bladder is expiring. We do have to change that out. It's just been a little bit of maintenance, and then of course we had the wreck, so we had to deal with that. I had to get the car painted, bring it all back. But I mean, other than that, it's just, a lot of guys are just running these in the endurance series, and it's just they're doing really well because it's just a very reliable package, and and to some people it's affordable. So great car, super fast. I love it. We're going to go racing next weekend with it. I hope I can get some more video of it. If there's something that somebody wants to see more of the car, I'd be more than happy to make another video or answer it. But yeah, for now, I'm just trying to finish up the alignment. Sometimes it's hard to get over here and finish things up, but I am doing the best I can. Talk to you later.